Welcome along to my Tips on Ballet Technique Pointe Work series. Remember that these exercises and this information that I'm going to give you is really suitable for students who are already dancing on pointe. If you are practicing any of these exercises, then I would highly recommend that you're dancing on a suitable dance floor. Rises on pointe are an excellent step to do at the beginning of your pointe work class. They are really good to help you warm up your feet, but they have to be done correctly. Just like when you are rising on your three-quarter point, it is really important that you keep the backs of your knees really straight on the way up and on the way down. This video is going to highlight some things that you can think about when practicing your rises on pointe. Let me begin by looking at the rise on pointe in the first position. So I'm going to start in first position. Before I even lift my heels off the floor, I'm going to make sure the backs of my knees are really pulling up and I'm lifting up in the front of my stomach. Now, much like when you're doing your rise on the three-quarter point, it is really important that you think about the tracking of your ankles and your feet as you go up, but also as you come back down. When you're working in your pointe shoes, remember underneath of your shoe is going to be much harder and it's going to be much more of a challenge for you to work through the demi-pointe, the three-quarter point and then the pointe. But it is really important that you go through all of these positions on the way up and on the way back down. So starting in the first position here, I'm going to put my arm in bra bar. So before I lift the heels, I'm lifting up behind my knee and then I'm going to go up through the demi-pointe, through the three-quarter point and then up onto pointe. From here, I'm going to lift out of the shoe and then lifting up before I go through the three-quarter, through the demi-pointe and then all the way back down with my heels down on the floor. Just like when you're lowering in your flat shoes, you want to think about the resistance. So don't just drop the heels back down. You want to work lifting up under the heels. So you really continue to work the resistance underneath the feet as you come back down from the rise. Now remember that I talked earlier about the tracking of the ankle. So be very, very careful when you're up on pointe that you aren't favouring your little toe this way. So for example, you would go up this way, up onto pointe, which as you can see is not very good for the side of the ankle. Make sure you continue to really rotating the backs of your legs and the ankles as well to maintain the correct alignment of the feet. So if I go sideways to you, before I rise, I'm thinking of rotating in the backs of my legs. I'm thinking of both ankles coming forward as well. And then I'm going to go up through the demi, through the three-quarter, and then continue to rotate my ankles forward and my legs to ensure the correct alignment when I'm dancing on pointe. Now from here, in this position, you can either sink right down into the shoe, which can really hurt your big toes, or you can lift up and out of the shoe this way. So you actually feel this part of your foot lifting out of the shoe and not sinking into those shoes. And that is especially important if you have quite flexible ankles, if you have a really big arch. It can be really easy to sink right down into those shoes. So really work hard to pull out of the shoes when you're on pointe, and especially just before you're about to lower back down. So from here, I'm going to lift out of the shoe this way to get into the three-quarter point, and then I'm going to lower my heels back down. Be really careful of your posture and your postural alignment when you're rising. Don't allow your body to try and get you up off the floor. You really need to rely on the strength and articulation in your feet and also the strength in the backs of your legs and your core stability muscles to help you get up. For example, it's not going to be your shoulders and your arms that are going to help you up. It's going to be your lower leg muscles and your feet that are going to help you to rise and to lower back down.
Thank you for watching. I will be sharing my new video for you next Thursday morning. Please do comment below if you have any thoughts or questions, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you for watching, and I hope that you have found this video useful. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, then you can subscribe by clicking the icon below. The full-length videos can be found at my website, tipsonballettechnique.com. You can also choose your next video by clicking from the selection here. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon.